Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Peng Mingyun from NCCU. This is a channel for knowledge. Today, I want to talk about the topic that bother many college students, the Keynesian school and the classical school. Let me first introduce the background of these two schools. The classical model was popular before the Great Depression. It says that the economy is very free-flowing, and the price and wages freely adjust to the up and down of demand and supply over time. In other words, when times are good, wage and price quickly go up, and when times are bad, the wages and the price freely adjust downward. The major assumption of this model is that the economy is always at full employment, meaning that everyone who wants to work is working, and all resources are being fully used to their capacity. The thing goes something like this. If competition is allowed to work, the economy will automatically gravitate toward full employment, or what economists call potential output. Classical economists believe that the economy is self-controlling, which means that when a recession occurs, it needs no help from others. And Keynesian schools came as a result of Great Depression. Economy Keynes observed that the economy is not always at full employment. In other words, the economy can be below or above its potential. During the Great Depression, unemployment was widespread. Many businesses failed, and the economy was operating at much less than its potential. When Keynes was observing the Great Depression, he realized that the economy could be well below the potential for a long time, and that something was causing it to get stuck. It may be self-controlling like classical economists was saying, but it was taking too long. In the meantime, people were losing jobs and were suffering. Keynes believed that the government and the monetary leader should do something to help the economy along in the short run, or the long run may never happen. Let's talk more about the difference between two schools of economy. First, as we just mentioned, classical schools focus on the long run and overall economy cycle. Keynesian schools focus on the short run and repeating business cycle. Second, classical theory assumes that if firms produce something first, and someone will buy it, production is the foundation of the economy. On the other hand, Keynesian theory assumes that nothing happens until people trying to buy things, and if people consume more, then producers will produce more. Demand is the foundation of the economy. Third, in the long run, wages is flexible and changing, so the wages will adjust to price level. Price level won't affect the supply side, and thus the aggregate supply is vertical. In the short run, wages is flex. Due to the sticky wages theory, people can adjust their expectation quickly, so the aggregate supply will be influenced by price level. When price level is higher, the supply will get higher. And classical school assume that money is neutral, so the monetary policy won't have real effect on the economy. It will only change nominal number, while Keynesian school assume money is non-neutral. It will have real effect on our economy. And the last one is their different assumption on competition and information. Classical school think it is a perfect market for competition and information. So, government should let the market free and find the best balance itself. Keynesian school think the market is imperfect for competition and information, so government intervention is needed to find the balance of the economy. Let me take COVID-19 as an example. During the pandemic, people cut down on their spending because they get fewer chance to go outside. Firms also reduce their production because they feel pessimistic about the future. This caused aggregate supply and aggregate demand shift to the left in the short run. And I think the shift in aggregate demand will be bigger than aggregate supply, lead to small decrease in price level and a huge decrease in output. We can witness the fact that many countries experience an economic recession and have negative GDP growth during COVID-19 pandemic. This shift in aggregate supply also influenced short-run Phillips curve. The supply shock shifts Phillips curve to the right, which means increasing unemployment at any given inflation rate. The graph shows that many countries experience an increase of unemployment. Many people lose their job during the pandemic, and most governments take action to tackle the terrible situation. Take Japan as an example. The government increased government purchase in hope to maintain aggregate demand and employment. The U.S. Fed take open market operation by buying bonds back and reduce reserve ratio to zero in hope to increase aggregate demand by increase the money supply. Both of the countries will be supported by Keynesian work because Keynesians think government should do something to maintain the market in the short run, since it will take a long time for the market to go back the balance. And this is the end of my video. Don't forget to give me a like if you think it is helpful. See you!